Hello and welcome to another Revoltech review. Today we got Iron Man from Iron Man 3. This is Iron Man Mark 42. Comes a little display stage right there telling you this is Mark 42 if you can't read the Roman numerals. Pretty awesome packaging. Very clear in front, so you can see all the accessories from the front. And very clear size, so you can tell what figure it is when you put it back in the shelf. Instructions about the joints, showcasing them on the front, and Mark 42 at the top right there, and more information about the joints. And of course, on the back it has a full accessory list right there. And of course, Mark 42 and all these different poses, and him relaxing on a sofa. And of course, it comes with a display stage and all that other good stuff, and of course, showcasing more of the figure. For more photos of the box and other instructions and whatever, please head to the link below and check that out. So, Revoltech boxes do not have any tape, anything sealing it, so you could open it and close it without any issue of, scared of damaging the box and such. And display stage is taped in a little bag on the back of the box, and after opening it, you see it doesn't actually contain too much stuff. And of course, one thing to note, this is my friend's. I had bought it for him because I'm in Hong Kong, so I can get these cheaper. So I'm gonna send it to him, but he allowed me to review and mess around with these figures before I sent it to him. So he has Big Pencil Animation, so head over to Big Pencil Animation. He's been doing animation for Creations. You might know that for the animated Lego set review videos. So yeah, he does animations for him, so check out his channel. So yeah, let's take a look at the inside of this box. So just like the Solid Snake figure, there's a little bag taped to the back of the tray. Notice how thick the tray is, just to accommodate the size of the box and make all the boxes the same size. Waste of space. I would prefer a thinner box, to be honest, if there's nothing there, but whatever. So that bag is taped down because this is from a friend. I'm not going to cut that open. Although quick check of the figure, I cannot see any sort of holes anywhere, so I'm not really sure how he pegs in there, but there's a little triangle stage there with little pins so he can stand on them because there are holes in the seat. And so opening this is not too hard. There's pretty much 4 main pegs of the top tray. Comes off pretty easily, nothing bounces all over the place. There are plastic sheets that protect the figure from the top as well. I just dropped the plastic sheet. Whatever. But keen-eye viewers could tell that there's something missing in the box, and this is something I have to address right now. There are a few things I have to address. First of all, my friend, there's a hand missing there. First of all, I told my friend last night, and he was very forgiving about it because he didn't need that hand for his animation, the karate chop left hand. These two are the important ones, plus the fist for different posings and such for his animation. So thanks for that. Second, I feel like a moron. I didn't check the box because I never bought Revoltech before. I wasn't clear on how they put things in the tray. But I guess I should have taken a closer look to see that in the window that one of the little holes is missing a hand. So I didn't check the box. The thing is, when you're buying these things in Hong Kong, you must always check the box because most stores don't give you receipts because they don't want any record of what they've sold. They don't want to pay the full amount of tax. They're tax dodging. A lot of shops do that. Unless you go into Toys R Us, these toy malls in Mong Kok, Yamate, and some Shui they don't give receipts. And even if you had a receipt, if you walk back to the store, they can just say, well, you lost it, so it's not our problem. Another thing with Revoltech is, like I said about mentioning when opening the box, there's no tape or anything. There's nothing that you can prove that the box was never opened. There's no plastic wrap, no paper wrapping around it. You can open it, take whatever out, close it back up and say it's brand new and say this part's missing. So even if there was a receipt, you can't get it back. Third issue is, why is the hand missing? Well, like I said, you can open it and close it without anyone knowing that it was ever opened. So either the shopkeeper opened it, took the hand because he was missing one from his own collection, maybe. But I don't think so. I mean, there's a chance, who knows, but I don't think so. It didn't seem like that, but who knows. Or maybe Revoltech shipped this without quality checking and there's a hand missing. So, what could it be? I think it's most likely that it didn't ship with that hand. I'm gonna chalk that up to Revoltech right there. Yeah, I never had this happen with figure arts and stuff. Sure, sometimes a few pieces maybe complain about quality or a lack of accessories, but quality control wise, overall, so far, just by the I did actually already open the Buzz Lightyear figures, so 3 Revoltech figures. I'm not pleased already, and the fact that these figures are selling almost for the same price as figure arts is a complete joke. But let's move on to other reasons why these figures shouldn't be sold for such an obscene amount, similar to figure arts. Anyway, so the accessories you would have got is 2 palm hands, the 2 sort of firing arms. They both have holes in the hands, holes that are quite realistically placed, so they're actually exhaust points for these special effect parts to peg in. The special effect parts, there's 2 long ones and 2 short ones, and they both peg into this little blasty bit. So without this little plastic bit, you can't peg them in. So you can only use 2 at a time, and they only peg into the hand. So forget that Iron Man flying thing with the exhaust from the bottom of his feet. You can't actually plug anything like that into the bottom of his feet. And you got this transparent orange box, of course, for your accessories, which with this one you can actually fit them all in. So you can put this next to the figure when you're displaying him. And of course, you got the little name tag right there for the figure. Sort of weird that I wonder why Solid Snake doesn't come with one of these. Maybe everyone just knows who Solid Snake is, and when everyone looks at Iron Man, like, which mark is this? I don't know. Well, here's the little name tag to tell you. But then again, Buzz Lightyear has a name tag, so maybe they figured, we've given everyone so much stuff with the Solid Snake figure already, all those guns and hands and such, we don't need to bother the name tag piece. I'm not too bothered about that, but if a series of figures from Revoltech have these name plaques, then really, just for the sake of being standard, all of them should, so that's something. So, another thing with this figure is when brand new, all of these have a lot of plastic sheets between the joints, and so you're encouraged to, actually pop the joints apart to take these little plastic sheets out. Now, some of them you can, some of them you can't. The whole point of Revoltech is all the joints can be easily replaceable in sort of like supplied joints pack, and you can swap arms and such around because all the Revoltech figures use the same kind of joint system. But some of these joints just don't want to pop off, and I don't want to break the figure. So some of these plastic sheets won't come out unless, there's this one behind the neck, and I cannot put any force on the neck piece at all to pull the neck out because most of it is hidden under the armor, so I can't actually hold on. I can't get a grip on the neck, so it's really hard to get that plastic sheet out or put it back in if you're done with the figure. So that's one thing to note with these figures. So yeah, enough of that. Let's move on to the articulation. And oh, stupid bag. Of course, no die-cast feet. What do you expect? XH Figure Arts? I can tell I'm quite bitter with this video, but whatever. I might seem bitter, but I am stating actual facts about these figures, so that's an important thing. So Articulation, he has a weird double joint system thing going on at the top of his neck, which gives him quite good posability in terms of looking up, and but not so much looking down because there's armor restriction. In terms of looking sideways, you can kinda. Well, say kinda. It's really hard to pose with these standard joints because like the good thing with these is easily replaceable because all the figures use the same kind of joints. But the bad thing is none of the joints are specifically designed for each part. This would have done so much better with a ball joint for the head. So come on, full 360 degrees turn. Another thing, when these figures are brand new, when you just turn them or move them for the first time, they feel so stiff that you're going to snap the figure, but they're not. So just be really careful. After you move them the first time, the joints get softer. So yeah, there's a joint at the bottom of the neck, but it's very limited. And come on, head joint, don't. Yeah, it's really awkward to move. So you can't do the head to the head sideways, but you got to move the joint inside around to do that. His shoulder pads are pegged into the arm, so you got that movement going on, which yeah, it gets it out the way, but it looks really odd in certain poses. Like, what the hell happened here? He doesn't have any shoulder pad covering his arm. But see, looks down the joint right there. There is full 360 degrees turn. Just peg that back in there. There is a double joint there because, you know, full 360 degree turn on the lower arm, but I'm not going to do it, it's really stiff. So just move back. Yeah, these figures are very finicky. Joint there and joint there, so it does have a little click on the movement, but so that's okay, I guess. If I can actually do it. Yep, there you go. This is actually a different joint. The upper thighs are pegged into a giant ball socket, so great. There is a rotation in the lower part of the leg. It's very limited because of the armor shape, and you got the double knee joint right there. This is on the same. There's actually a toe joint here, you can see, but a very limited movement of Iron Man's feet. And if you want to tilt the feet sideways, you're gonna have to turn the foot around on the joint. So all of these joints are like that. Just, you know, you got a swivel and two sort of pegs on each end. So if you want the feet to pose in a different angle, you gotta turn the joint into a different angle first. Like, you gotta rotate the joint on the swivel, and then you can move that with the feet. So you know, yeah, you can do that and make his feet look, you know, broken or dislocated. But in order to move his feet back, you gotta. It's a bit of a hassle. Again, it would have been so much better if it was either in a ball joint or some different joints that, you know, SH3 cars use for their feet. And you know, just for funsies, oh look, shaky, shaky, wobbly. That's funny. Yes, Iron Man is on the stage now for the last portion of the review because Iron Man cannot stand on his own. His feet are on a clicking joint, but between the clicks there's that loose area where Iron Man just wobbles all over the place, just like you saw me wobbling him. So without the stage he can't stand at all. So thank God he does come with a display stand, or else that'd be another huge marking down. There are no holes on his body anywhere, so you know, you have to display him with the hole pegs at the bottom of the stage, at the bottom of the feet. So in terms of molding and coloring, a lot of detail, a lot of fine details, and this is the best Revoltech figure I've seen representation of any of the Mark suits, because previous Mark releases looked very plasticky, very cheap. They almost looked like crappy toys, or the cheap toy figures that you can get from Hasbro or something. And not that Hasbro is crap, but you know, their toy line is very cheap and looks cheap and is cheap, so you pay for what you get. which is fine. But here you're paying for such a premium price for such a supposedly fully articulated figure. The older marks, yes, they are fully articulated, but they don't look like a premium figure. This guy does. Under good lighting, even under bad lighting. Under bad lighting he can look good, but under good lighting he can look amazing in the photos. So check out those photos on Facebook. But so yeah, he looks good. And like I said, the molding is very fine. Now, even the center chest piece where the triangle thing going on, that looks good too. The transparent plastic, that looks nice. But the only thing is, it's really hard to see. It's such a small, scale. So, if they were to release a special LED version for light up chest, that would be awesome, I guess, with the blue LED and stuff. In terms of joints, again, I don't like this too much, just like the Solid Snake thing. There's sort of loose gassing between the joints, and again, because all the joints are generic joints, they don't really fit this figure too much. I really don't like the shoulder pads. That's really putting me off about this figure. Another thing about this figure is the accessories seem very lacking. No Tony Stark head, no nothing. You can use the stage display stand, and you can rip the figure apart, pull it apart, and display him on the stage. But apparently you need the extra flame stuff. It's printed on the back of the box, but you gotta buy the special accessory pack with all these different flame effects to make it. So you can't do that either. So yeah, very lacking in accessories. In terms of posability, apart from those few issues, he does have a lot of articulation and do pull off a lot of different poses. But this figure is very finicky. For taking the photos to put him into the different signature poses that he does took me a while. It's just not as easy as a lot of SH Figure Art figures. He's so finicky, and I'm constantly worried I'm gonna break him or snap any of the joints, and some of the joints do have tendency to the joint itself to pop up, because it's connected by two halves of a ball thing, and that has a tendency to pop out as well. And when it does pop out, you're gonna think, oh bloody hell, I broke it, but no, you didn't break it, it just popped out. So thank God for that. At least while it's really worrying all the time, at least it's actually durable, I guess. For the price you're paying for, I really can't recommend this. All the eBay prices, even if you're a hardcore Avengers or Iron Man fan, just don't pay premium price on eBay. Some of you aren't gonna listen to me. It's freaking Iron Man. I gotta have every single mark suit that these guys release, and these guys are going through all the marks. So kudos to them for actually marching through, because there's a lot of marks to release with Iron Man. There's so many suits just in the movie, and they're doing it. So kudos to that. And this suit looks great, but the price I paid for it, it's okay. It was $299 Hong Kong, yes, okay, with the missing hand, but $299 Hong Kong, which comes around to about 24 pounds or something, because $13 is £1 UK pound. So you can divide that, 299 Hong Kong dollars, divide that by 7.8 and you get the US dollar. So by getting it in Hong Kong, it's okay. Now if you think of the shipping price as well, which for the most of you really shouldn't be paying too much shipping price if you're buying it from a store in your country, because these are exported all over the world, because it's freaking Iron Man and there's demand for that all over the world, Comic Cons and all that. But if you're buying it online, then you got to pay the shipping fee, of course. But so a lot of these things are priced quite high on eBays and online stores, so I cannot recommend them for the usual price that they go for. If you can get them for the price I got him for, I still felt it was a bit too expensive, because for $299 I can get a quality SH figure art for less than this guy, and it comes with so many accessories. So look back to my Kamen Rider Blade SH figure arts review, or Kamen Rider Abyss. Those were cheaper than this guy, and they come with so much stuff, and they come with die-cast feet and all that. Well, not Blade, but Abyss did. It comes with die-cast feet, so much stuff. It comes with a display stand and all these different effects, and it looks good. It's a quality figure. Now, of course, not all SH figure arts are good. We got the Wizard line, which was a disaster, but that still had so many accessories, and that was still cheaper than this. The most expensive SH figures are only the limited editions that you can't find anywhere else, and it's only expensive not because of the original retail price, but because the price spiked up in the aftermarket. This guy is still new, there is no aftermarket yet, and he costs more than most of the SH figures, and he's lacking in so many ways. It's just a shame because this figure is pretty, I want to like it, but I'm just rambling on now, so so check out the photos below, check out Big Pencil Animation for his animation, subscribe, suggest and comment below, tell me what you think of, if you have any of the other Revoltech Iron Mans, what do you think about them, do they feel a bit wobbly or flimsy to you, and of course, most importantly, take care and have a nice day, bye.